Teen mom Kaylin Lowry shuns 5 kids in permanent move. Former Teen Mom star Kaylin Lowry just shunned 5 of her kids in a very permanent move. She has 7 children with 4 fathers and seems very proud of her big family. Yet she just did something that made fans question how much she really loves her kids equally. Keep reading for more details. Kaylin Lowry shuns 5 kids in permanent move. Teen Mom fans have watched the evolution of Kaylin Lowry since she appeared on 16 and Pregnant with Joe Rivera. They welcomed their first child, son Isaac, but eventually split up. She then went on to have a second son, Lincoln, with her husband, Javi Marroquin, but they ultimately ended their union. Kaylin moved on with Chris Lopez and had 2 more babies, Lux and Creed, followed by 3 littles with Elijah Scott. They welcomed Rio, Valley, and Verse and appear to be engaged. Their status is up in the air, but Kaylin is a very active mother, taking her kids everywhere. Now she has done something very permanent that excludes 5 of her 7 kids. Kaylin headed to a tattoo shop and opted to get her 2 sons, Lux and Creed's, names on her neck. She wrote it out in the font she wanted, and she stated how much she loved it. More so, Kaylin filmed the experience and shared it on her social media for everyone to see. She does have many tattoos, so getting another was not out of the ordinary. Immediately, Teen Mom fans asked what about her other kids. One follower asked this: "Why only Lux and Creed?" Kaylin Lowry claimed that she had plans for her other children, but did not say what they were or when it would happen. More asked why she only got the 2, which makes a lot of sense. Furthermore, they are the 2 in the middle, so what about her oldest children? Or her twins, Valley and Verse? A sad move. Kaylin Lowry's eldest son, Isaac, once said he was not interested in having kids because his house was always full. Over at his father's home, he just has a sister, so it is less crowded. Teen Mom fans did like that Kaylin captured the tattoo moment and admitted that they would want more ink if they could. Moreover, they asked Kaylin if she would give a tattoo tour at some point. There were also some jokes as well. Some questioned her getting a fine line tattoo, as they noted they fade super fast. Kaylin did not seem to mind and was very happy with the outcome. The wind swept across the Delaware farmland like it was trying to erase memories. For Kaylin Lowry, the former Teen Mom 2 star turned podcast queen, the wide open space once promised healing. Now it felt like a cage she'd outgrown. Kaylin's decision to move permanently to the West Coast stunned everyone, fans, friends, and even her 5 children. Rumors buzzed through social media. She left the kids with their dads. She's running away from her past. She wants fame more than family. The truth, as usual, was messier. In a minimalist Los Angeles apartment decorated with intention, sage bundles on the windowsill, sleek velvet furniture in neutral hues, and shelves lined with books about boundaries and rebirth, Kaylin stared out the glass balcony doors. The sun dipped behind the palm trees, casting long shadows across her new beginning. "I didn't abandon them," she muttered to herself, scrolling through unread texts from Joe, Javi, and Chris. Isaac, Lincoln, Lux, Creed, and Rio. They were still her babies. But for the first time in her life, Kaylin was choosing herself. 3 months earlier, she had been knee-deep in a routine that never changed. School runs, therapy appointments, sibling fights over gaming consoles, and the never-ending noise. Every time she tried to sit with her laptop to write or record her next podcast episode, someone needed her. A snack, a charger, an answer to the question, why doesn't Dad come to our football games anymore? The identity she wore, mom, host, influencer, co-parent, felt too tight, like a dress 2 sizes too small. She tried to breathe in it, to stretch it, but a chance to partner with a West Coast media company and develop her own talk show. Kayleen didn't just see a job. She saw an exit. "I need time," she told Joe during a co-parenting session. "Not forever. Just long enough to figure out who I am when I'm not everything to everyone." Joe, ever the pragmatist, folded his arms. "And what do you want me to tell Isaac?" "That I love him. That I'm not leaving. I'm just stepping back." Javi was more aggressive. "You're taking the easy way out. That's what this is." Chris didn't say much, just gave her a look that mixed amusement with disdain, like he knew she'd crack eventually and come crawling back. Only the kids didn't question her, at least, not out loud. In LA, Kayleen filled her days with intention. Morning yoga, latte art, production meetings. She started writing a memoir titled The Unmothering, about untangling your identity from generational roles. People said it was brave. She wasn't sure. She missed the chaos. Missed Creed's sticky hugs and Rio's babble, and Isaac's ever-expanding vocabulary. She even missed the exhausting group texts from all the dads. But she also felt calm. At night, the guilt came in waves. She'd reread messages from Lakin. "Won my game. You'd be proud." From Lux, a selfie with a missing tooth. From Isaac, a Spotify link to a song he made. He called it KILY Sky, and the chorus broke her heart. She replied, she fast-timed. She sent care packages, but the silence between them stretched. Timsy caught wind of her move. The headline: Kayleen Lowry leaves her 5 kids behind in Delaware for Hollywood dream. Abandonment or empowerment? The comment sections split in two. Half hailed her for daring to be more than a mom. The other half crucified her. Those poor kids. She always made it about herself. 5 kids, and she thinks she's still 22. Kayleen turned off notifications. When her podcast episode titled Why I Left dropped, it trended within an hour. "I didn't leave to escape my children," she told the microphone, voice steady. "I left to show them that a woman can redefine her life at any stage. That loving your kids doesn't mean losing yourself." The episode ended with her reading a poem Isaac had written. "She's in the wind now, not the walls. She's a voice that answers my night calls. Even far, she's never gone. My mom is a different kind of strong." Back in Delaware, the boys adjusted. Joe and Javi and Chris, strangely united by circumstance, set up a joint routine. Birthdays were shared, holidays negotiated. They didn't badmouth Kayleen, not in front of the kids. But privately, they questioned her choices. "She'll be back," Javi said. "Or maybe she won't," Joe replied. "Maybe this is her final chapter with us." 6 months into her move, Kayleen stood backstage at her studio in Burbank. The talk show was filming its pilot episode. The topic: parenting outside the box. "I'm not here to judge," she told her guest, a mother who'd given full custody to her ex so she could pursue law school. "I'm here to understand." When the audience applauded, Kayleen smiled. For the first time, the spotlight didn't feel like a betrayal. It felt like home. Then came the letter from Isaac. A real letter, pen on paper. He'd written it for school, but wanted her to have it. "Dear Mom, I'm proud of you, even when it's hard to be. I miss you, but I understand now. Sometimes love means letting go of what people expect you to be. You showed me that. I'm okay. We're okay. Love, Isaac." Kayleen folded the letter, pressed it to her chest, and wept. No, she hadn't abandoned her kids. She was simply teaching them something few people ever have the courage to say out loud: that mothers are more than their children, and that sometimes love looks like distance. Not forever, but just long enough to remember who you are and to return whole.